2008 को एक्सपायर हुआ है ये, जिस दिन उसका वर्डिक्ट आया है। ये उस दिन एक्सपायर हुआ है, देखें आप।
ये आफिया सिद्दीकी का पासपोर्ट है जो उन्होंने ये भी दिया है इनकी बहन ने। और ये
जो आप पिक्चर देख रहे हैं ना, एक्चुअली इसने पासपोर्ट के लिए ये पिक्चर खिंचवाई थी, लेकिन उन्होंने कहा उन्हें फ्रंट पेज चाहिए। ये बिल्कुल इसी पासपोर्ट की है जिस वक्त बनी है, उसकी डेट है। ये उस पिक्चर, ये वाली, ये डेट कब बना है, नन्ही सी जब थी, जब से
पाकिस्तानी देख सकते हैं। ये हमारे पास
ये उसका आईडी कार्ड है, खाली आईडी कार्ड शायद लेके गई है, चूंकि ये फोटोकॉपी है, इसका ओरिजिनल नहीं है।
29 जुलाई 1994 का। यानी उनकी डुअल नेशनलिटी नहीं है?
नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं, इवन ग्रीन कार्ड भी नहीं, अप्लाई नहीं किया।
MIT में वो पढ़ती रही हैं, काफी अरसा वहाँ पे पढ़ी हैं वो, उस वजह से लोगों का परसेप्शन बना कि शायद वो अमेरिकी सिटीजन है,
शायद उस वजह से। आई डोंट थिंक सो। आई थिंक जस्ट टू जस्टिफाई इन द पब्लिक द रेंडिशन दैट दे डिड, इट वाज एन इलीगल रेंडिशन। किस तहत आपने, अगर ठीक है आप उनकी स्टोरी ले लें, आप छोड़ दें कि 2003 में किया, खाली उनकी स्टोरी भी लें, तो अफगानिस्तान से आप कह रहे हैं कि आपने उसे, आप अमेरिका कैसे ले गए? शी इज अ पाकिस्तानी सिटीजन, आपको पाकिस्तान भेजना चाहिए था। क्या अफगानिस्तान में पाकिस्तान की एम्बेसी नहीं है?
यानी कि ये अभी आपके ख्याल में मिस्ट्री है कि वो वहाँ पे जो पहुंची कि पाकिस्तानी गवर्नमेंट ने पहुंचाया या खुद गई अफगानिस्तान में?
अफगानिस्तान तो अमेरिकन FBI लेके गए, तो प्रूफ है। FBI का स्पोक्स पर्सन ऑन टेप, MSNBC में टॉम ब्रोको का शो था, उसमें ऑन टेप है, वो टेप है कि वी हैव आफिया।
Miss Yuan Redley, a very warm welcome to this special episode. Obviously we know that you have converted to Islam, and the incident was quite dramatic because you have been taken hostage, you have been kept by the Taliban. You were reporting for Sunday Express. You have been a reporter there, and you were working in Afghanistan. And then Taliban got hold of you. They imprisoned you, and the way they treated you, probably that's why you converted to Islam, or there is something else going on in your mind during those days. People want to know, first of all, because you were the person whose press conference triggered the release of Aafia Siddiqui, if I'm not wrong.
Well, 6 days into my arrest, and I was arrested because I had committed a crime, unlike everybody else, and Aafia, like any of them that were renditioned by America. I had committed a crime. I had entered Afghanistan illegally, without a passport, without a visa. So I am the guilty one, and look at me sitting here. I was arrested and held for 10 days, 10 terrifying days, and on the 6th day they invited me to embrace Islam. Taliban, and it was the one little ray of hope that I was given, because I seized on this and I said, I can't embrace Islam under these circumstances in prison, but I said, if you release me, I promise I will read your Quran and study Islam when I get back to London. And against all the odds, after the war had started, after they were holding on to other Westerners, they released me, against all the odds, on a human instruction by Mullah Omar, the Taliban spiritual leader, and I was released.
What was the year?
It was October the 8th, 2001.
Well, we have heard quite brutal stories about Afghanistan under Taliban, and when you have a very different picture of Taliban and their team, first of all, naturally people would be very curious to know that how Taliban dealt you in all those days you have spent there. Briefly, if you want to give us a sketch that how they dealt you actually.
I was terrified because I had been told, George Bush told us, Tony Blair told us, this is the most evil, brutal regime in the world. They hate him. And so when I was arrested, naturally I didn't think I would see the sun set that night. And in fact, the 7 days they treated me with respect and courtesy. I went on hunger strike. They would still, the they did was bring out food in front of me, freshly baked bread that would smell delicious, and I wouldn't eat it. They had a jug of water and a bowl, and they would wash my hands, and they would say, please eat. And I was thinking, I don't understand this, you know, when are they going to be brutal and evil? Everything that's They happened in Abu Ghraib, in Bagram, in Guantanamo and other dark prisons, I thought would have happened to me, which often prompts me to say, thank Allah I was captured by the most evil, brutal regime in the world and not by the Americans.
Have you ever met Mullah Omar?
I haven't, no. Not as far as I'm aware. Nobody knows what he looks like.
Right. Do you ever have afterwards connections with Taliban recently or previously or never?
I was making a film about Aafia's story, and I drove down to Ghazni, to the prison where she was, the police station where she was originally held when she was arrested in July 2008. And on my way down to Ghazni, I got caught in a firefight between the Taliban and the Afghan police, and we had to get out of the car and run because they were shooting.
Alright, we'll go for a short break and come back. हम एक ब्रेक लेंगे, उसके बाद हम यहाँ पे जो लोग बैठे हैं उनसे पूछेंगे जो टॉर्चर फेस किया आफिया सिद्दीकी ने, उनकी वालदा से पूछेंगे, उनसे मजीद बात करेंगे, उनकी बहन से भी, और मिस रेडली से ये पूछेंगे कि इन्होंने जो स्टोरी ब्रेक की है प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस, सबसे पहले बताया आफिया सिद्दीकी के बारे में, जो कि प्रिजन नंबर 650 हैं, इनको किस तरह पता चला उनके बारे में कि वो बगराम में हैं और उस वक्त एक टॉर्चर्स को फेस कर रही हैं, ये तमाम हालात इनको किस तरह पता चले और ये किस तरह सामने आए। इस ब्रेक के बाद सब कुछ और उनके बेटे से भी आफिया सिद्दीकी की हम मुलाकात करवाएंगे आप।